Thank you so much for having us over for dinner tonight, Jordan. If I'm being totally honest, the food was kinda meh, but it was all right. Try and make something with a bit more flavor next time, okay? Colleen, I have told you this time and time again. Stop inviting yourself over to my house for dinner. You do this basically every week. All of a sudden, my front door slams open and your entire family waltzes right in. You then sit down at the table and immediately start eating all of the food that I made for our dinner. And as if that weren't bad enough, you didn't just eat tonight's dinner. You went into the fridge and took out all the stuff that I had made in advance for tomorrow. And now, after all that, you have the nerve to complain about how my food tasted? What is wrong with you? I don't get it, Jordan. What is your problem? All I did was go and visit my sister-in-law for dinner. Do you have any idea how much work it is to get 2 young children in the car? You should be happy to have us over. And seriously, get over yourself about the food. There was absolutely nothing special about tonight's dinner. Literally anyone could make that dish by spending 5 minutes on the internet. Is that so? Then, since you are literally anyone, then I guess that means that you can make it yourself. I heard from your mom that you drop in on her unannounced for dinner too. I'm going to say this as clearly as possible to you, Colleen. I want this to stop. Do not come over to our house uninvited anymore. I work during the week, so I make a lot of meals in advance, then pop them in the freezer to reheat later. Tonight, you and your family ate 3 days worth of dinners. Do you have any idea how long it took to make all of that? Oh, for Pete's sake, don't go getting all high and mighty just because you have a job. All you do is work at some restaurant. And only 3 days a week at that. You should have no problem finding time to cook. And besides, I have 2 growing boys to feed here, Jordan. If you don't make enough food for them, you're gonna stunt their growth. What the... Feeding your boys is your job, not mine. You're their mother. Don't make me do my job and yours. And one more thing, I can't help but notice that you always come to my house when Sam isn't home. What's the deal with that? Why would I go there when my brother is around? He'll just get on my case about one dumb thing or another. Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you, you work at a sushi restaurant, don't you? I haven't had sushi in ages. Can I stop by your restaurant one of these days? I mean, sure, I guess, but it's pretty expensive. It's that new sushi restaurant that just opened up downtown. Wait, you mean the one from TV? It was on the news the other day. Oh yeah, well now that you mention it, there was a reporter that came by the place a little while ago. That is insane! The sushi they serve looks absolutely delicious. I'm gonna go as soon as I can. I am really looking forward to it. Are you sure about that? Like I said, it's pretty expensive. You should probably ask your husband about it before you make a reservation. Nah, I don't need to worry about that. You're gonna get us the family and friends discount. 100% off, right? What? There's no family and friends discount. We'll come in the next couple of days, so be sure to have plenty of sushi waiting for us. Are you listening to me? I can't wait to taste all that scrumptious sushi. Having a sister-in-law who works at a fancy sushi restaurant is the best. Okay, I guess you're not listening to me. I don't like where this is going. Sam, we need to talk. It's about Colleen.
Hey, Jordan. Sorry I missed your call earlier, but I did see your text. You mean she came by the house again today?
Yep.
Ugh. Going to have a talk with her. Mom's been telling her the same thing for ages about coming suddenly and eating all the food in the house. This time I'll make sure her husband is there in the room as well. Hopefully he'll be able to help me talk some sense into her. I'm really sorry for how much grief my sister has caused you.
I keep telling her to stop, but she just won't listen. Now she's saying she wants to come and eat at the sushi restaurant I started working at. I told her it's really expensive. Do you think she'll be able to afford it?
That place? Nah, not a chance. There's no possible way that her husband can afford to pay for enough food to feed them all on his salary. They're already cash-strapped as it is. That settles it. I gotta have a talk with them really soon. In fact, I'm gonna go tomorrow. I'll message her and let her know I'm coming. She won't listen to me unless I go to her in person.
Would you please do that for me? I'd really appreciate it. At this rate, I feel like she's going to get us involved in some kind of trouble if we don't do something.
I'll be clear to her that this is the final straw. If she keeps causing problems for us, then we'll have no choice but to take more drastic measures.
Drastic measures? As in... Man, there is nothing better than some high-quality sushi. You know, I think I misjudged you, Jordan. I never thought there would come a day that I would be glad you're my sister-in-law. Oh no, what are you talking about, Colleen? Thanks to you getting a job here, we can eat all the expensive sushi we want. I can't thank you enough. Hold on, back up. Let's clarify what's going on. Right now, you're eating sushi at the restaurant where I work, right? I told you we were coming yesterday. You said in the next few days. I didn't know you meant today. And didn't Sam tell you that he was going to have a conversation with you at your house today? Oh, yeah, you're right, he did. I guess I forgot. Silly me. Oh well, it's no big deal. We can always have that silly conversation after we're done stuffing our faces on all the sushi we can eat. I should have known this would happen. Seriously, Jordan, I wish you would have started working here sooner. We've already eaten enough sushi for 50 people. Well, thank you for your patronage, I guess. We're not patrons, we're your family. That means our whole meal is going to be on the house, right? You know what, Colleen? Go ahead and eat as much sushi as you'd like. Aw, you are such a sweetheart, Jordan. Oh, and you're so generous. I think we should hang out a lot more often. Yeah, sure, we'll see. Anyway, I'll let you get back to your meal now. Bon appetit. Hey, Jordan, we are absolutely stuffed. We were about to get going, so I wanted to ask you what we should do with the bill they just gave us. Like, can we just ignore that and go, or... Ignore the bill? Are you out of your mind? That's what they call eat and run, and it's a crime, Colleen. Your kids are with you. How could you even think about committing a crime with your kids watching? That's going to have a terrible influence on them. Wait, eat and run? But isn't that when you don't pay your bill? We don't need to pay the bill. You are. Me? Pay your bill? Oh, not a chance. I would sooner set my own wallet on fire than pay your bill for you. Plus, after today, we're never going to speak to you again. So you're going to have to pay it yourself. That's the only choice you have right now. But, wait, huh? What's with you all of a sudden? The only reason we came to this restaurant was because you work here. That means it's basically the same thing as when we come to eat at your house. If you wouldn't charge family for coming over to your house for dinner, then you shouldn't charge us for coming to your restaurant. So obviously, you should take care of our bill. Where are you anyway? We can't find you anywhere in the restaurant. I didn't have a shift today, so I'm at home. So even if I wanted to take care of your bill for you, and don't get me wrong, I don't, I couldn't. What makes you think I can take care of your bill anyway? I'm just a part-timer here. Nothing you're saying makes any sense at all. So, huh? You mean you're not gonna pay our bill for us? Good grief, Colleen, do you speak English? Hablas inglés? Parlez-vous anglais? How can I get this through to you? Honestly, I have no idea what made you think I was ever going to pay your bill in the first place. You're the one that took your family to the restaurant, right? Did I invite you? No. Why would I have to pay when you take your family to a restaurant? Because it's your restaurant. You work here. Obviously, you should be the one to pay. Plus, you just told me to eat as much as I want. Shut up for 30 seconds and listen. Are you listening? Okay, here we go. This is not my restaurant. I am a part-time employee working 3 days a week. I do not have a shift today, so I am at home, not the restaurant. Even if I were at the restaurant today, a part-time employee does not have any authority to get free food for anyone, not even friends and family. All I would be able to do is get you one of our coupons for a free drink at the bar. But frankly, I wouldn't even go that far to help you guys. I wouldn't even come by to refill the water pitcher at your table. This doesn't make any sense. Well, what am I supposed to do about this bill then? You're really not going to pay it for us? Leave me alone, you frickin' idiot. My God, how many times do I have to tell you? I am not going to pay your bill for you, so give it up already. Excuse me? How many times do I have to tell you? Yes, you are going to pay our bill for us. Mark my words, you are going to take responsibility for this. I just gave your name to the girl at the register, so they know we're your family. And if that doesn't work, then I'll just have to speak with the manager. I'll find some way to work it out with him. In any case, you are going to pay for this, so I hope you're ready for that. Go ahead and try it. You'll only be wasting your own time. It's not going to work. Hey, answer your phone. Sorry, I'm busy. Can't talk right now. And I have nothing to talk to you about anyway. Well, I've got something to say to you, Jordan. I tried name dropping you to every single staff member in the restaurant and nothing worked. Now I'm stuck paying this insane bill, but this is ridiculous. How could this food possibly be so expensive? It's just rice and fish. Why are you doing this to me? You are the worst sister-in-law in the world. Oh, I'm a lousy sister-in-law? You just got done eating enough sushi to feed every sumo wrestler on the planet. All because you thought that me, a part-time employee, had the authority to get you your food free of charge. Maybe I'm not such a fantastic sister-in-law, but I'd say I'm doing the best I can considering you're a complete moron. I tried to tell you so many times, but it keeps going in one ear and out the other. So I'm done trying to help you understand. If you have any questions, just ask the restaurant staff. What do you think I've been doing for the last half hour? They're still demanding that we pay this insane bill. I don't know how much you guys ate. But, I mean, you ate it, right? And you saw the prices on the menu, right? You knew what that stuff cost before you ate it, and you ate it anyway. So what's the only rational conclusion? You should just shut your mouth and pay for what you ate. I have no idea what made you think I would give you free food, but it's not my problem. You got yourself into this mess so you can get yourself out. I didn't get myself into this mess. You lied to me. You told me I could eat as much as I wanted, didn't you? Yeah, because you're an adult and can make your own decisions. I didn't say I was going to pay for it. You see, you tricked me into thinking it was going to be free. How can you say you're not responsible for this? Because I'm not. Unbelievable. I have never met anyone in my life who is this desperate to dodge responsibility for their own actions. How am I responsible for your stupidity, greediness, gluttony, and inability to comprehend basic English? Anyway, like I said, you're on your own. And you're banned from our house. Never talk to me or Sam again. You can't do this to me. Somebody has to pay this bill. It is not going to be me. I don't even have this much money in my bank account. So you need to get over here right away and explain to the staff what you did. My husband is already super duper angry and you don't want to make him any madder. What is there for me to explain? That my sister-in-law is an idiot who tried to eat and run? Is that what you want me to tell them? I just can't deal with you anymore, Colleen. You are obnoxious to the point that just hearing someone say your name gives me a migraine. If you ever come to my house again, I am calling the police and having you arrested for trespassing. What? You would call the police on your own sister-in-law? For loving you and wanting to visit you? How could you say such a thing to me? You are treating me absolutely terribly right now. Do I need to remind you that your husband is my brother? Sam will be furious when I tell him what you said to me. Sam is the one who first brought up banning you from our house. What? Sam's just as tired of your antics as I am, if not more. He said that if you ever pulled this sort of stunt again, that we would cut off contact with you. And lo and behold, you did it the very next day. Honestly, I think we should sue you for the cost of the food of ours that you've eaten up until now. Not to mention the things we've had to repair or replace because your kids broke them. Hey, that's going way too far. They're just kids. Kids have energy, you know. It's not their fault that they want to run around and play. Having excess energy and insufficient discipline are two completely different things. You let your kids run absolutely wild in my house while pretending not to notice. Or, I don't know, maybe you were genuinely too busy eating all my food to notice what they were doing. Okay, this is not the time to be dragging up all this ancient history. I'll have you know that we were totally intending to do something to repay you for all your generosity. Oh yeah? What's that? I don't know, something. Anyway, you need to get down to the restaurant right now. My husband is starting to get physical with the restaurant staff. He keeps yelling at them that he wants to talk to you. Tell him to calm down because I already talked to the manager. Oh, really? Oh, well, geez, that's a relief. Why didn't you tell me that sooner? I told him that I have no idea who you are and that he should call the cops if you're giving them any trouble. You what? Are you serious? You mean we're gonna have to pay this bill or else get arrested? Duh, that's how it works. You're useless. I should have known better than to call you. The only reason I did is because Sam wasn't answering his phone. Why is this happening? I'm in big trouble, Jordan. What should I do? What I've been telling you to do this entire evening. Pay your bill. I don't care if your husband gets himself arrested. That's on you. I never told you I would give you free food. You just assumed that I would. This seems like the perfect opportunity for you to learn a valuable life lesson. If you are so hard up for money that you have to resort to mooching food from your relatives, then stop buying so many expensive things for yourself. You're only in trouble in the first place because of your horrid spending habits. Anyway, I wish you the best of luck with the police. Goodbye, worst sister-in-law in the world. Hey, Jordan, can we talk? Maybe, I don't know, you could have me over for dinner tonight? I tried stopping by your house yesterday, but you weren't home. I really wish you would let me see you. I'm astonished, Colleen. After everything that's happened, you still don't get it? I do not want to see you. I don't even want to be talking to you right now. And honestly, the fact that you went to my house to try and see me is really, really creepy. Hey, come on, I'm not being creepy. We're family. Family? With you? Oh, don't make me sick. I will never consider you my family again. You caused a world of trouble for me at my job. You tried to eat and run, the police were called, and the whole thing was one giant mess. It's not just me. Sam and your parents are really angry with you. I didn't think things would turn out this way. All I wanted to do was eat some good sushi. But now my brother's saying he's disowning me as his sister. Everyone's being so mean to me all of a sudden. And get this, my husband left me last night. I woke up and he was gone. He left a note saying he'd rather break up with me than pay that bill from the restaurant. Why is this happening to me? You have to do something, Jordan. I do? Why? You're nothing to me anymore. I'm your sister-in-law! You need to face facts. You have 2 kids in your care who depend on you, and you are completely abdicating your responsibilities to them. All the money your husband earned, you spent on clothes, accessories, perfume, and a ton of other things just for yourself. So you ran out of money because of course you were going to run out of money. That's when you started begging for food from your family and friends. Once things got really bad and you had hungry kids with no food in the house, you would barge into someone else's house and make them feed your kids for you. How do you think that made your kids feel, Colleen? I bet they were utterly humiliated. That's not true! You're in denial. For what it's worth, I will say that what your husband did is pretty unfair. He came along with you every single time you came to our house uninvited and did absolutely nothing to stop you. You should both be held responsible for what happened. Right? That's what I said. I shouldn't have to bear the entire burden by myself. However, before we talk about mitigating factors, you need a dose of reality. What are you going to do to support your kids, Colleen? You're their mother and you're all they have now. I think it goes without saying that Sam and I aren't going to help you. Your mom and dad aren't too keen on helping you out either. I don't believe that. None of you are going to help me? But why? Well, there are only 2 reasons you would ask me that question this late in the game. Either you genuinely don't understand why, in which case you are far beyond help and I'm not going to answer your question, or you do know why and are just complaining, in which case I don't need to answer your question. So I'm just going to ignore that line from you and tell you that unless you want the police to get involved, you'd better step up and become a responsible parent. Goodbye, Colleen. And for good this time.
Hey, Jordan. I just got off the phone with my mom. Sounds like Colleen just finalized the terms of her divorce.
That didn't take long. You know, I never really got what she saw in him in the first place. He was always kind of, I don't know, weird. Maybe his influence made her become what she is.
Well, in any case, it seems like your tongue lashing has gotten her to clean up her act a bit.
It wasn't really my intent to give her a tongue lashing. All I did was tell her the plain and simple truth. She tried to eat and run, the cops got called, and all of that must have had a massive negative impact on her kids.
She's definitely gained some sense of self-awareness since then, though.
Did she really? It's kind of hard for me to believe that someone like her could ever change.
Mom and Dad changed their mind and said they were willing to help her out, if that means anything. Not her, directly, just the kids.
That's probably the best way to help her out, if they're willing to help her. Those boys didn't ask to be born in a dysfunctional household. I feel kind of bad for them.
There's a twist, though. Colleen turned down their help.
Wow, really?
Yep. She said she wants to go work and support her kids with her own money. She's already found a job. Her older boy's in kindergarten, but her younger son is only turning 3 this year. She can't afford daycare for him, so our parents said they'll look after him while she's at work. But that's all the help she's accepting. She turned down any financial support at all.
Based on my experience with her up until now, that is shocking, to say the least.
Trust me, we're all just as surprised as you are. I also wanted to tell you that we're really grateful for you, Jordan.
You are? For what?
You told Colleen exactly what she needed to hear. If not for you, she might still not have woken up to how ridiculous she was being. I mean, even after the mess at the sushi restaurant, she still kept messaging you and coming to the house, right?
Yeah, but once I gave it to her straight, that all came to an abrupt stop.
You see? That's what I'm saying. You talking to her on that day is what got her to turn her life around. Thinking back, my parents and I were way too easy on her. We should have been more blunt like you. If we did, maybe we could have avoided this altogether. So, yeah. Thanks a lot, Jordan. I'm a lucky man to have married a wonderful wife like you.
Oh, Sam, I'm nothing special. All I did was speak my mind. If anything, this whole ordeal has taught me something important, too.
Oh, yeah? What is it?
It's not always in someone's best interests to extend them a helping hand. Sometimes a cold shoulder can be much more effective.
Hey, that's a pretty good line. You should have put that on a t-shirt or something.
A gloomy line like that isn't going to sell.
So, how can I thank you for slapping sense into my sister? And I guess also make it up to you for all the trouble she's caused.
How about taking me out for sushi? Sam and I cut off all contact with Colleen. After they divorced, Colleen's ex-husband started coming around and causing trouble for her, so she and the boys packed up and moved. She got a job at a business close to her house, and she's supporting herself and her kids with the money she makes there. Based on what I hear from Sam's parents, she's actually doing pretty okay. They've been looking after her kids for her to help support her getting back on her feet. But they've honored her wishes and haven't given her any financial support. I was doubtful at first, but it seems like she really has turned over a new leaf. She's working hard at her job and sold most of the high-end fashion items she bought for herself while she was still married. It seems like her change of heart has had an effect on her kids because they've cleaned up their acts too. There are times when I think that maybe I was a little bit too harsh on Colleen. You know, like when I called her the worst sister-in-law in the world, obnoxious and all that. But in the end, everything got better for everyone thanks to me. We're not currently having any sort of contact with Colleen. Hopefully, though, the day will come soon where we'll be able to come together once more as a family. Maybe we'll even be able to gather around the dinner table and share a good laugh at how chaotic these last few months were. But I think she still needs to do a little bit more work in order to make up for everything she did. All we can do is hope for the best and help where we can once we feel she's earned it.
Today's finally the wedding day.
Are you sure you didn't oversleep?
Grandma, that was back in elementary school. I'm a responsible adult now.
To me, you're still my little granddaughter. And now you're marrying some man I barely know. Time really flies.
Some man? I introduced you to James. He's the kindest, most sincere person.
Sincerity shows through actions, not words.
Well, James isn't the problem. It's his father that worries me.
What do you mean?
His dad seems quite impressive, though. He's a CEO after all.
Red flag right there.
But he always seems so proper. James says he had a rough period years ago, but he's settled down now.
Let's not worry the bride with my silly concerns. Just my prejudice speaking. Pay it no mind.
You always say that when something's bothering you. What aren't you telling me?
Nothing worth mentioning on your wedding day.
Grandma.
Did you remember to pack your emergency kit? Band-aids, safety pins?
Already in my bag. You taught me well about being prepared.
More importantly, don't be late for your own wedding.
Of course not. I want you to see me in my wedding dress. I'm so grateful that you raised me alone after my parents passed.
Well, there wasn't anyone else to do it.
There's that emotional deflection again. You've always been like that, Grandma, unable to be honest with your feelings. Remember when I drew your portrait in elementary school?
Can't say I do.
You took one look at it and said, "Is this a new species of monkey?" I was so hurt thinking my drawing looked like a monkey.
Well, you were terrible at drawing.
Hey! You didn't have to put it so bluntly. But I know you still have the portrait hanging up. I love that about you. How you act tough but are actually so sweet.
No, it's still up because it was too much trouble to take down. Less keeping it up and more haven't bothered to remove it.
Sure. Just like how you happened to be nearby when I sprained my ankle at work last month.
I was in the area for a meeting.
At 9 p.m. in my neighborhood.
Business never sleeps.
Right. Just like you accidentally bought too many groceries last week and had to give me the extras.
My eyes aren't what they used to be. Misread the quantities.
All my favorite foods, though?
Coincidence.
You're the one who couldn't wait to see me in my wedding dress, calling me first thing in the morning.
Wrong. I was just making sure you weren't late.
Is that why you've been texting me every hour since dawn?
Time management is important.
I saw you sneak that envelope into my purse yesterday.
Must have been the wind.
The wind stuffed an envelope full of wedding emergency money into my bag.
Stranger things have happened.
Whatever you say, Grandma. See you later, then.
Such a cheeky girl.
Mr. Davidson, please stop banging on the changing room door. I'm trying to dry my dress.
What's the holdup? There can't be a wedding without a bride. Get out here!
Why did you throw beer on me earlier?
Like I said before, I can't accept someone from the bottom of the barrel as my son's wife. Sorry to do this mid-ceremony, but this wedding is off.
Mr. Davidson, what's gotten into you? You're not acting like yourself.
Huh? What would someone like you know about me? I hear you don't even have parents and didn't go to college.
You knew all this before the engagement.
I was tolerating it because James chose you, but I can't anymore. James is supposed to inherit my company, and we can't have him married to someone worthless.
What kind of way is that to talk? Women aren't men's accessories.
High-caliber men deserve high-caliber women, and vice versa. You're not worthy of my son.
I have a steady job, and I'm independent, even without a degree.
The bottom stays at the bottom no matter how hard they try. You had quite a poor childhood, didn't you?
Yes, I lived with just my grandmother. Money was tight.
I've been living the high life since I was born. Still am. There's nothing I can't buy. I built this company myself. I've got money to burn.
You're quite full of yourself.
Well, when you're actually important, what can you do? I could buy any luxury car, penthouse, or caviar I want. Someone poor like you couldn't even imagine it.
Luxury cars, penthouses, caviar? What kind of list is that? Stop banging on the door. I'll call security.
Go ahead. I can easily buy off security at a cheap venue like this.
Where is James? Does he know you're doing this?
My son is being talked to by some reasonable people who understand business. He'll come around.
What do you mean, reasonable people? What are you doing to him?
Just having a father-son chat about his future. About how marrying beneath him will destroy everything we built.
James isn't like you. He doesn't care about status or money.
That's exactly the problem. He needs to learn how the real world works.
The real world isn't just about money and power, Mr. Davidson.
Says the girl hiding in the changing room. Come out and face reality.
I'm not hiding. I'm trying to save the dress your tantrum ruined.
That cheap thing? I'll buy you 10 better ones if you walk away now.
This isn't about the money. My grandmother helped me choose it.
Yes, your precious grandmother. Another nobody who raised you to be a nothing.
Don't you dare talk about my grandmother that way.
Hit a nerve, did I? Face it, you're both from the gutter, and that's where you belong.
My grandmother taught me something money can't buy. Dignity.
Dignity? Don't make me laugh. What dignity is there in poverty?
There's more dignity in honest work than in throwing your weight around and bullying people.
You call this bullying? This is just business. I'm offering you a way out.
A way out of what? Being happy with James?
Being happy? You think love pays the bills? Keeps you in luxury? Gives you status?
James and I don't need luxury. We have plans of our own.
Oh, right. That ridiculous cafe dream of his. Another example of how you corrupted him.
I didn't give him that dream. He's always wanted it, long before he met me.
And you encourage his nonsense instead of supporting the family business.
Supporting? You mean forcing him into a life he doesn't want?
Just leave me alone.
Why are you being so cruel?
I'm just telling you the truth. This wedding is canceled. If you don't comply, I'll crush you with my power, you worthless trash.
I am Sarah's grandmother. It seems my granddaughter has caused you some trouble.
Yeah, your bottom feeder granddaughter thinks she can marry my elite son.
And what's wrong with that?
Everything! This world runs on balance. I hate imbalance. You can't have trash sitting next to Jules.
Trash?
Yeah, your granddaughter.
Such harsh words. You seemed somewhat sincere when we met before. Alcohol really brings out the worst in you. I see my initial judgment wasn't wrong.
What are you babbling about, old lady? Take your poor bride and get lost. You're probably unemployed too. Go job hunting.
A job? Did you forget what I just said? I run a company that does business with yours. I'm saying that business relationship ends now.
What? Your company? Doing business of mine? Come on. I may be drunk, but I'm not drunk enough to believe such obvious lies.
Would you like to check your phone? I believe your secretary is trying to reach you.
My phone? What are you talking about?
Go ahead. Look at your messages.
Fine, if it'll shut you up. Wait, what's this? Urgent? Wellington Group halting all transactions?
This is no lie, Mr. Davison of Davison Foods. Wellington Group will no longer be investing in your company.
These messages, they're from my board members. But how did you...
I am Margaret Wellington, chairman of Wellington Group. You've said some terrible things to my granddaughter.
What? Wellington chairman? No way! Wellington Group is one of the largest corporations in the country.
Yes, and we've been quite generous with our investment in Davison Foods. Until now.
But that's impossible! Margaret Wellington is...
Is what, Mr. Davison? Too important to be at her granddaughter's wedding? Too powerful to care about family?
This has to be some kind of joke. Margaret Wellington wouldn't be...
Wouldn't be what? Living modestly? Raising her granddaughter away from the spotlight? Some of us don't need to broadcast our wealth to feel important.
But if you're really... Why didn't you say anything before?
Because unlike you, I don't measure people's worth by their bank accounts or social status.
The partnership agreement, our expansion plans.
All contingent on Wellington Group's continued support, which, as you can see from those messages, is being withdrawn.
You can't do this! Do you know how many years I've spent building these relationships?
Precisely 3 years, 4 months, and 12 days. That's how long Wellington Group has been propping up Davidson Foods. Would you like me to share the exact figures?
This will ruin everything!
Perhaps you should have thought about that before throwing beer at my granddaughter and calling her trash.
I didn't know! If I had known who you were!
And that's exactly the problem, isn't it? You only show respect to those you think can benefit you. And that's not respect at all.
Look, we could talk about this.
I'm flattered by your recognition, though it seems to come rather late. Whether you believe it or not, it doesn't matter. We're ending our business relationship.
Wait, are you serious?
If you don't believe me, I'll instruct our representatives to halt all transactions. You should receive notification shortly.
I'm so terribly sorry. I had no idea you were Chairman Wellington.
Whether you knew or not is irrelevant. Your treatment of my precious granddaughter remains the same.
I was drunk and got carried away. I didn't mean any harm.
Blaming the alcohol? How noble. You will compensate for the beer-stained dress, of course, and apologize to her.
Of course, that goes without saying.
Beyond that, I won't forgive you, and we will be terminating our contract.
I understand. How much money would it take to earn your forgiveness?
Immediately resorting to money, I see. Didn't you just say there's nothing I can't buy?
Well, that was just a joke, but I do have plenty of money. If you name your price, I'll pay you.
No, thank you.
Please, I'm begging you. My company needs Wellington Group support.
And why should I continue supporting someone who showed such contempt for my family?
I'll make it right. Double our current investment terms. Triple them.
You still don't understand, do you? This isn't about money.
Then what is it about? Just tell me what you want.
Let me tell you about something money can't buy. Trust.
What?
You act high and mighty, then blame alcohol when things go wrong, trying to solve everything with money. Even if you have money, nobody trusts someone like that. Even I, as a company chairman, value my employees' trust.
My employees trust me. They respect me.
Do they? I heard from your employees in the smoking area earlier. They told me they were forced to use their vacation days to attend today. They weren't happy about that. They clearly don't trust you, and I can't trust a CEO who gives such unreasonable orders.
That's standard practice. Everyone does it.
Is that what you tell yourself to justify your actions?
Look, I've been in business for decades. Sometimes you have to be firm with employees.
Firm? Is that what you call forcing them to attend a wedding on their vacation days?
They should be honored to attend. This is a major social event.
Honored to watch their CEO throw beer on an innocent bride?
That was different. I told you I was drunk.
And that makes it acceptable? Is that the kind of example you set for your employees?
You can say that because you run a big company. People around you don't really care about you either. They just bow to you because you're the chairman. Trust has nothing to do with it.
Is that truly what you believe? That respect can only be bought?
That's how the world works. You're just pretending to be noble.
You know, I started small too. Built everything from scratch.
So did I. I worked my way up.
And somewhere along the way, you forgot what it means to treat people with dignity.
Dignity doesn't pay the bills. Results do.
Earning people's trust is indeed the hardest thing in the world. That's why I would never say there's nothing I can't buy. Because I know trust can't be bought.
This is ridiculous. You're just using this as an excuse to destroy my company.
Your actions today have consequences, Mr. Davidson. Nothing more, nothing less.
Just tell me what it would take to fix this. Name anything.
What about your son's happiness? Would you sacrifice that for your company?
James will understand once he inherits everything. This is all for him.
Are you certain about that? When was the last time you asked him what he wanted?
I know what's best for my son. He needs to learn about the real world.
The real world? Or your world, Mr. Davidson?
They're the same thing. Money talks.
And what does it say about a father who ruins his son's wedding day?
Damn it!
I hope you understand now.
Fine.
What is it?
Acting so high and mighty. Well, you are important, so I guess you can't help it. But don't get cocky, you poor old hag.
Oh, getting defiant now. Your true colors showing through again.
Once our contract ends, my company is finished anyway. You know that too, so there's no need for polite speech anymore.
I see. I'll overlook your attitude and words for now. But what will you do?
What do you mean, what will I do?
Well, I never had anyone choose to make an enemy of me before. I don't know what happens, though personally, I wouldn't want to leave behind a trail of bad deeds on my way out.
Are you threatening me now?
This isn't a threat, just common sense. If word gets out about how you called a former business partner an old hag and threw beer on her granddaughter, well, that kind of story could lead to bankruptcy.
You wouldn't dare.
I wouldn't have to do anything. News has a way of traveling in business circles.
You destroy years of business relationships just to protect your granddaughter?
No, Mr. Davidson. You're destroying them yourself with every word you speak.
That's not... Damn it! You're looking down on me. I admit defeat. So if you could, please apologize to Sarah.
No need. I'm fine.
You really dote on your granddaughter. You should tone it down.
Doting? Perhaps. But more than anything, I respect her.
Respect?
I've never known anyone as kind and sincere as her. Wellington Group grew this large because Sarah was there to comfort me. I could never claim I built this company by myself.
A company built on sentiment? That's absurd!
Is it? Then why is my company thriving while yours depends on our support?
That's different.
When someone you respect is insulted, you can't stay quiet. So please apologize to her and stay out of their marriage and never contact them again.
Stay out of their marriage?
Those two love each other deeply. When you threw beer on my granddaughter, James tried to shield her with his body. And when you were spouting abuse, he stood up to you strongly. That put my mind at ease a bit.
But as a father, I need to judge if she's worthy of my son.
No, it's the opposite. I'm the one who judges if he's worthy of my granddaughter.
Listen, I'm sorry about earlier. I was drunk and said terrible things.
It's fine, though my dress is ruined.
I'll compensate for the wedding dress, of course, and I'll pay for the entire wedding ceremony as damages.
Really? Are you sure?
And I won't interfere with your marriage to James anymore. I promise not to disturb your married life.
Oh, about that, James says he's cutting ties with you.
What?
He says he won't contact you anymore, so I suppose you won't be seeing us anyway.
Wait a minute. James is supposed to inherit my company. That's how I raised him.
I probably shouldn't say this, but James hates how you always worry about the company first. He says, Father only cared about the company and appearances, never about me as a person.
What are you talking about? I was thinking about James's future.
Excuse me, but weren't you only thinking about the company's future and your own? Do you even know what James really wanted to do?
What he wanted to do?
If you were thinking about his future, you know his dream.
Of course I know what he wants. He wants...
You can't even say it, can you?
He wants success, power, the respect that comes with running a major corporation.
Those are your dreams, Mr. Davidson, not his.
Then what? What could be better than what I'm offering him?
James wants to open his own cafe. He says he's going to work toward that dream now.
A cafe? It's absurd. He can have everything, and he wants to serve coffee?
He wants to create a place where people feel welcome, where they can relax and be themselves.
That's ridiculous. He's throwing everything away I built for him.
No, he's building something for himself, something that makes him happy.
Happy? What's happiness without success?
What's success without happiness?
Wait, that means the company and I are finished. Look, we can work something out. He can have his cafe. I'll buy him the finest restaurant in the city.
That's not what he wants. He wants to build it himself, from the ground up.
Then I'll invest. Be a silent partner. Anything.
Mr. Davidson, you're still not listening.
I'll pay for the dress, the ceremony, and add compensation too. How much do you want?
The dress needs to be paid for since it's rented, but we don't need money for the ceremony or compensation. We'll continue with the ceremony as planned, and we're not after your money.
Come on, name your price. Hundreds of thousands? Millions? I'll give you whatever you want.
No, we don't want it. This isn't about money.
Then what is it about? Tell me. I'll do anything.
It's about trust, about being seen for who you are, not what you own.
I don't understand.
That's exactly why James is making this choice.
But he's my son, my only son.
And he'll always be your son, but he needs to live his own life.
What am I supposed to do? Everything I did for him.
Maybe it's time to think about what he wants to do for himself.
Please, there must be something.
Mr. Davidson, some things can't be solved with money.
Then how? How do I fix this?
Start by seeing James as a person, not an heir. Start by respecting his choices, even if you don't understand them.
But everything I built will all be for nothing.
No, not for nothing. But maybe it's time to build something new. Something based on understanding, not control.
Please. Please, I'm begging you.
I'm sorry, Mr. Davidson. This is James' decision, and I support him completely.
Just tell him I'm sorry. Tell him I'll change.
Those are words he needs to hear from you directly, but not today. Today is our wedding day, and it's time for you to leave. Despite everything, the ceremony finished safely.
James is a good man. The way he tried to protect Sarah from his own father.
I told you he was a good person. You don't need to worry, Grandma.
You're right, he passes. And now that he's cut ties with his father, there's nothing to worry about.
Though, it was strange. He went from insulting me to suddenly apologizing.
Oh, really? He must have had a change of heart. Too late now, though.
Grandma, did you do something? Like cleverly threaten him?
What are you talking about? There'd be no point in that.
There would be, because you love me so much. You probably couldn't stand someone insulting me.
Huh? I don't feel anything special.
Funny how his board members all messaged him at the exact same time.
Pure coincidence.
And how he kept checking his phone with this panicked look.
Maybe he had urgent business matters.
Right. Just how you happened to know exactly how long his company had been working with Rellington Group.
I read the business news.
And those employees in the smoking area just happened to tell you everything?
People like to chat.
You're impossible, you know that?
I have no idea what you mean.
James told me he saw you talking to the venue security right before they escorted Mr. Davidson out.
I was complimenting them on their professional appearance.
For 20 minutes?
I'm very thorough with my compliments.
And I suppose you just happen to have all those company documents ready to show him?
A businesswoman is always prepared.
Well, think whatever you like.
I will.
You know, James says you remind him of a chess grandmaster.
Nonsense. I only play occasionally.
He means how you can think 10 steps ahead.
I simply observe.
And plan, and protect.
Now you're being dramatic.
I see. Still as dishonest as ever. But thank you, Grandma.
For what? I didn't do anything.
Of course not. Just like you didn't arrange for the best photographer in town to accidentally be available today.
Lucky coincidence.
And the cake from that famous bakery that's usually booked years in advance.
They had a cancellation.
On the exact day of my wedding.
These things happen.
I love you, you impossible woman.
The ceremony's over. Shouldn't you be with your husband?
There's that deflection again. After that, Mr. Davidson was thrown out of the venue. Soon after, his company's management declined. And when his dissatisfied employees staged a mass boycott, the company went bankrupt. Though Mr. Davidson tried several times to contact James afterward, James firmly refused. Since we moved away when we got married, we don't know how Mr. Davidson is doing now. I wonder how someone who could only obtain things with money is living now that he's lost it all. Years later, James opened his cafe, fulfilling his dream. I help him run the shop and live happily every day. Grandma visits the shop frequently, though she always says I just happen to be passing by. I wonder how she happens to pass by our small town in the next county 3 times a week.
Hey, loser. I just wanted to let you know that I just heard from the bank and it sounds like I'm going to get that job after all. I bet that you have got to be so jealous of me right now. Are you? I bet that you are. You don't even have to tell me that you are. I mean, you barely even passed high school. So what are you doing with your life that you have to be proud of anyways?
So you are going to go and work for the bank after all? I guess it's a good thing that you enjoy doing exactly whatever mom and dad tell you to do.
I'm not only applying there because they wanted me to work there, I'm applying there because that's where I want to work too. What do you even know about having a real career, huh? You only have a high school diploma and could never in a million years do the kinds of things that I've done, or will do.
Wow, you are really hung up on my high school diploma, huh? You must think about that more than even I do.
Well, of course I do. You're like a marker on the wall that I can always back on to see how much I've grown. I mean, you're consistent in the way that you never even try to accomplish anything with your life.
Why are you being like this to me, Rachel? I mean, we're sisters, and I don't like being treated this way by you. Do you really think this is a good way to talk to others? Don't you know that one day all of this looking down on other people is going to bite you in the butt?
Look down on others? Don't worry, I don't do it to everyone. Only the people that really deserve it. Like you. Aw, see, you are special in your own way after all. And I'm not the only one that looks down on you like this. Mom and Dad feel the exact same way. So who am I to go against what they've decided about you?
I don't even know why I bothered responding to your text. I knew that you were going to act like this towards me. Well, I am through with this. I don't see any point in keeping up with this conversation.
Oh, I see. Well, in that case, I guess I'll just throw away all of your belongings then.
What on earth are you talking about this time, Rachel?
Well, I just mean that you're the only one in the family who was never ever going to work in a bank. All you do is mope around the house all day doing nothing.
Okay, I think we both know that is not true. I do very little moping, thank you very much. I have a job that I enjoy, I work hard, and I contribute a lot to our expenses. In fact, I'm even paying for part of your tuition with the money I give to Mom and Dad.
I know all about how you pay that. After all, we're all elite bankers. So why wouldn't you pay for someone as great as me to go to college when the same thing would just be wasted on you? And that point of mine is just proved by the fact that I got this job at the bank. So there. In fact, now that I have this job, it really does just make me realize how useless you are. That's why I'm going to make you move out of the house. You're just not needed around here anymore at all. Of course, I've wanted to do this for a long, long time. But it wasn't until now that I was sure it could work.
Are you serious? You're really going to try and throw me out of the house?
Well, I'm already dumping out all of your stuff. If you want to make sure it's not all gone, you had better come back home and get it all right now.
Well, this all escalated really quickly. But, Rachel, I'm just curious if you know just how much money I've put into the house. I mean, even more than our older brother. Out of all the siblings, I've contributed the most to making sure that Mom and Dad still have a roof over their heads. In fact, I don't know if our brother has even spent a cent of his own money to do anything for Mom or Dad or any of us.
And so what? Do you want to meddle or something? You've been living with Mom and Dad, so of course you're going to put money into the house. But think of it this way. You won't have to do that anymore. It's perfect, really. I'm going to cut you off from our family and you won't have to think about us again.
You really mean it? You just want me to up and disappear just like that?
Of course. Now that I have this job, Mom and Dad won't be needing your money anymore. So you can just take your things, leave, and then never ever come back. I don't even want to have to think about you ever again. I want it to be like you just dropped off the map entirely. I mean, at this rate, it really would just be better for everyone if you did that. Don't you know that you're nothing but a burden to everyone around you?
You know, I really didn't think that you would actually ever try to take things so far. But despite all your insults, I've still stuck around to help out the family, including you. But I guess you're not impressed by all of that. So fine. If that's what you really want, then I'll just go. And I guess this also means that I can stop giving the family money. Just think about the amazing place I'll get to live with all those savings. That and all the things that I'll get to be able to do but wasn't able to because of family obligations.
I don't care what you do with your life or where you go. You're nothing but a loser and you were never good enough to be one of us. You've never accomplished anything at all. You don't have a boyfriend. You don't have anything going for you. Even after you move out, you're still going to be alone for the rest of your life. Nothing you say is ever going to convince me that you're worth having around.
Well, okay then. You say all that now, but I think in a little while you're going to regret all of this. But that's fine with me. If anything, it feels like a huge weight has just been taken off of my shoulders. So just make sure that you keep up your side of the bargain and never ever bother me again, okay? And don't come crawling back to me for help either. I have no intention to ever help my family after they have been so awful to me this entire time.
What in the world do you think you're doing here, huh? I mean, really, have you lost your mind or something like that? You've got some serious nerve even showing your face around here again.
Well, who would have guessed that I would have run into my elite banking family at this wedding of all places? Wow, sometimes the world really is a small place, isn't it? I mean, what can you say in this situation except, wow.
Don't you act like this is just some complete coincidence that you don't know was going to happen. You snuck into this wedding, didn't you? You must have found out somehow that we were all going to be here, and that's why you snuck in here, right?
No, I haven't really thought about you or anyone else from the family in a long time. I really am just as shocked as you are.
You're a liar. You were lying, and I know it. You had to have looked into us or found the guest list for the wedding or something. How else would you have known that we were here?
Well, I just explained to you that I actually didn't know that you were here at all. But if you want to know how I ended up here at the wedding, first I received the invitation in the mail, then I RSVP'd to the wedding, and then finally I showed up today.
Oh, please. You really expect me to believe that? You really think I'm going to buy that you were actually invited here? There's no way that that could be. There's no way that any wedding where we were invited would be a wedding where you would also be invited. It just doesn't make any sense.
Rachel, is this really how you want to greet your sister after we haven't talked in 8 years?
Of course not. I would rather not have this conversation at all. I thought that I was never ever going to have to see you ever again.
You know, with all that screaming you're doing, you're probably scaring some of the other wedding guests. Can you at least learn how to sit still and keep your mouth shut while you're angrily texting me? I mean, really, it's just a bit rude to the bride and groom, don't you think?
I am not going to have this conversation with you, Ashley. I just want you to leave and come back. Right now, okay?
I'm sorry, but what makes you think that you have any right to be able to boss me around like that, huh? I mean, do you really think that I'm just going to turn around and go home because you told me to?
What is that supposed to mean, huh? Besides, you still haven't actually told me why you're here at my wedding. Because there was no way that you were actually invited here, and since I know that you don't belong here and weren't invited, you should just go now.
You really have no idea at all what you're talking about, do you?
No, you're the one who doesn't know anything about anything. If you did, then you would know better than to show your face in a place like this.
Well, okay, if you really want me to go, then I guess that I can. But the only problem is that I'm the CEO of the company where the groom works, so I just hope I don't hurt his feelings.
Wait, what? That doesn't even make any sense. What do you mean that you're a CEO?
Well, I was invited to the wedding by Harry, the groom, right? I know that it might be a bit hard for you to accept what you're about to hear, but I really don't care, because I don't like you. The truth of the matter is that Harry invited me to his wedding so that I could give a speech to honor him.
But that doesn't make any sense at all. I don't get how this is happening. I mean, how do you even know Harry?
I'm sorry, Rachel, but I literally just finished explaining everything to you. I don't really have time to just talk in circles with you, so I'm just going to go home like you said, okay? I hope you enjoy the rest of your wedding, though.
Ashley, are you here? Please tell me that you're somewhere nearby right now. You need to come back to the wedding right now. It's an emergency.
Wait, what? But I don't get it. Just a while ago, you were telling me about how I didn't belong here and how I needed to leave, right? Besides, I thought you said that you never even wanted to think about me again. It's pretty strange that you're texting me begging to come back now.
Oh, just shut up about that. I don't care about what we've said in the past. This is about the here and now.
Well, I'm afraid that I've already done as you asked, and I left to go back home. So, what is it that you want from me?
Well, when everyone found out that Harry's boss, who was going to give a speech, had gone home, the whole wedding turned into complete chaos. And I think that if I were to try and sneak out of the wedding right now, that people might guess that I was the one who told you to leave. So as you can see, I am in some serious trouble right now. That is why you have to come back here right now. I'm serious.
I see. Well, that is a very tough spot to be in, but I think I'm going to pass. Thank you.
What do you mean by that?
I mean that even if I did come back, since people have already noticed, I don't think it would fix the situation how you think it would. Besides, I think that you need to learn a lesson after the way that you treated me. I'm sure that it's just a matter of time before Harry finds out the truth anyways. Besides, I already told my secretary that I left, so...
You told your secretary? Then it really is true, isn't it? You really are a CEO of some company?
Yep, that's what I've been trying to tell you this entire time, but you haven't been listening. After you threw me out of the house, I went out and started doing the things that I wanted to do. And that included going out and starting my own business as well. So I worked hard and started from the ground up. I poured my heart and soul into my company, and thankfully I happened to have a lot of great people who were there to help me along the way.
Oh, wait. Harry just announced that they were going to postpone the wedding in light of all that's going on.
Oh, really? Wow. I can't believe that actually would do something like that. Of course, most of the employees are quite familiar with my personal background and family problems.
What do you mean? Why would you tell all your employees about that? What kind of CEO would even do that?
Well, when I was trying to recruit people to come and work for me, I had to give them a vision to believe in, right? So I told them about how my family threw me out for not conforming to their sense of elitism and that I went out to start my own business. I think a lot of people were really inspired by what I had to say, and Harry was one of those people. So I think that when he puts it together that he invited members of my family to his wedding that I went missing from, well, I'm sure you can do the math.
But don't you see how I'm going to get into a lot of trouble for this? I mean, if anyone finds out that we're related and that I was the one who chased you off, then that's going to be really, really bad for me. The wedding won't just be postponed, it'll be canceled.
Yeah, it sounds like it might come to that, actually.
This isn't a joke. This is serious. This is my life, okay? What am I supposed to do right now? You have to do something about this. You have to set everyone straight, please.
You're really coming to ask me for help right now? What is it that you even think I could do for you?
Well, I mean, you could come back and tell everyone at the wedding that I had nothing to do with this at all.
But that isn't true. You did have everything to do with this. I think you really want me to just get you out of this pickle without having to learn any kind of lesson to be punished. But the fact of the matter is that you threw out the person who was going to give a speech to your fiancé.
But none of this even makes sense to me. I mean, you only have a high school diploma. When I saw that you had snuck into my wedding, I knew that it was because you were up to no good. That's why I had to kick you out the moment that I saw you.
Rachel, for the last time, I was just as shocked to see you at this wedding as you were me. We haven't talked in 8 years, and I really thought that was just going to go on forever. Why in the world do you think I would even want to sneak into your wedding? What do you think I would gain from that?
Well, I mean, I had no idea that you were actually a CEO. You should have told me that from the very start.
What are you talking about? You were the one who for 10 years has been putting me down for my lack of education. You were the one who came to me all upset because you thought I wasn't invited and that I had snuck into your wedding. Even if I told you everything, it's not like you would have listened to me in the first place.
Well, how was I supposed to know that you went and started your own company when we haven't even spoken in years?
I don't know what you want me to say to that. You were the one that kicked me out of the house. You were the one that said you never wanted to talk to me again. And it was you who told me to leave your wedding and never ever come back. And now you want me to try and undo all the damage that you've been setting up for yourself for nearly a decade? Well, sorry, but you did this to yourself, and it's not my job to fix it for you. The fact of the matter is that you caused this, and this is all your fault. If people get mad at you for this, then I say more power to them. But I want you to know that I had no idea that you were Harry's fiancé at all. Of course, now that I do know that, I just feel bad for him since it's clear you haven't changed at all.
You mean you really didn't know? This was all just a coincidence.
How many times are you going to make me repeat the fact that I was? I really wish you would wake up and quit trying to think that you're some kind of infallible superhuman or something. Honestly, I had no idea that you were getting married, and even if I did know, I wouldn't care. The only reason I was there was to support an employee of mine, and the only reason I left was because the rude bride kicked me out.
Please, I'm sorry for everything. You're right. I've been a jerk and you haven't deserved any of this. But I really need your help right now. You have to come back here right away. I'm begging you as your sister.
Are you stupid or something? You and I are not sisters anymore. That ended when you kicked me out of the house 8 years ago. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go back to my life, married with kids, and the CEO of a very successful company.
Wait, what? You're married and you have kids? Are you kidding me? When did this happen? I really had no idea about any of this. Hello? Are you reading these messages anymore? Answer me, Ashley!
After that, I heard that Harry decided to call the wedding off entirely. Needless to say, Rachel was just crushed when she heard that. Harry told me all of this later on at work. I reassured him that it wasn't his fault, and he reassured me that it wasn't mine either. In fact, apparently he was already having second thoughts about the marriage as he learned about the kind of person that my sister was. And I told him that he was probably dodging a bullet by doing this, and now that that's all over, I can finally go back to ignoring my horrible family and getting back to my amazing life without them. As for what Rachel did after the wedding, I really am not quite sure. I really hadn't kept up with her or my family for the entire time since she kicked me out of their house, and my parents never did anything to stop her from doing so. Although years and years later, I heard through the grapevine a little bit of what had happened to her. Apparently, after her wedding to Harry was canceled, she fell into a pretty deep depression. She was so sure that nothing she could ever do could be wrong, and on that day she learned just how wrong she really was. Then the situation got so bad that she even stopped showing up for work. I heard that not long after that, she was fired and moved into a tiny apartment all by herself. As to what she's been up to with her life since then, well, I can really honestly say that I have no clue. And if I can do anything about it, I intend to keep it that way.